Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen, welcome back to Cocktails After Dark. We're going to do another cocktail out of the 1951 Bottoms Up by Ted Saucier. And we're going to do today the Arthur Hale number 2. There are two cocktails in here attributed to Arthur Hale. This one uses bourbon, and we're going to do it two ways today. One with Basil Hayden and one with Buffalo Trace, for no reason other than they were at the front of the cupboard. And so we'll start out in this mixing glass with the Basil Hayden. And it calls for 2 parts, so I'm going to say a part is an ounce, 2 ounces of Basil Hayden. And this one will get 2 ounces of Buffalo Trace. Next in, so it calls for both Italian and French vermouth, or sweet and dry vermouth, or red and white vermouth, depending on what terminology you want to use. And it calls for a half a part plus of the Italian vermouth and half a part minus of the French vermouth. And from that, I take that you could add more red and take some of the white away, or add more Italian and take some of the French away. I'm not really sure what that instruction's all about, but we'll get exact amounts into the mixing glasses and we'll see what happens. So we get the white, dry French vermouth in next. Oh, spilled everywhere. Okay. Next is the benedictine. Calls for a dash of benedictine. I am going to err on the side of much caution with the benedictine, because I got to tell you, benedictine is not one of my favorite flavors. I think you can very easily overdo it with this stuff. Okay. And I will shake these individually. And double strain.
Hey, Glen.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, friends. What have we got today?
The Arthur Hale number 2.
The Arthur Hale number 2.
Arthur must have really been somebody, because he got 2 cocktails in this book. 2 completely different cocktails. One is a rum cocktail.
There you go.
And this one's a bourbon cocktail. So, Basil Hayden, Buffalo Trace. Let's give it a go. That's a bourbon cocktail. Oh.
It's got all the lovely sweetness of the vermouth on my nose.
Yeah. Let me try.
I see you thinking hard.
Yeah, let me try this one. Let me try this one.
Very different, as often happens, right?
Completely different. Like them both.
I like them both. This one,
Like this one better.
see, that's great because I like this one better.
Okay.
We won't have to share.
We won't. Now
This one seems a little more. For some reason, it has a lemony. I don't know why I think lemon. What do I know?
went really, really light on the benedictine, because on its own, benedictine to me tastes like aquavelva. Not that I've had a lot of aquavelva.
It's got that high alcohol smell to it.
And the whole herby reminds me of aquavelva. So I went really light on it, and I probably could have put in a little bit more.
Okay, maybe not aquavelva, but I can see how you. It does have a very high smell.
Yeah, no, it's got that.
Yeah, like an aftershave kind of.
Aftershave. Yeah.
Not necessarily. Yeah, it's got an aftershavey kind of.
Does anyone use aftershave anymore? I don't know.
I can see how that would.
Yeah. So.
And yet, it's a very rich kind of.
Yes. So I was afraid to put too much in, but I probably could have put a little bit more in, because I think it would go. All of the flavors would go really well.
I'll add an extra dash in mine.
Sure. Dash.
Oh. Let's see if I've got something. Oh, that works too. You just swirl that. Give it a swirl.
So I mean, play with
Because oddly, it's sweet though.
It is.
It does
it's very
bring a
sweet.
sweetness to it.
Like it's so viscous in this glass. When you poured it in, it's so viscous.
No, I think the amount you had was the right amount.
Was it?
Yep.
Stop hogging it.
No, it's not right now.
No?
No. The amount you added before was the right amount. Now that could also be because I just drank some.
No, you're right. You're right. Be very judicious with your dash of benedictine.
It pulls it together nicely, and then it can just make it all wrong.
You could make this every night at home and then will this to your grandchildren.
Because you only have one drop.
Yeah.
You need an actual dropper.
Yes. You could will this
Versus-
to your children, they could will it to their children, and their children could will it to their children, and there still should be benedictine in that bottle after making this every day for 150 years.
One dash at a time.
One
It takes
dash.
a while.
So it's a pretty good cocktail. Arthur Hale. I don't know which Arthur Hale. There was a radio announcer. There was a football coach.
There's an actor.
There's an actor. Who knows which Arthur Hale, but this is a good cocktail. He came up with something really good. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.